Hello guys, hope you are doing well. In this tutorial you are going to learn about component lifecycle of the Vue.js. In a previous tutorial we have learned how to create a component with the Laravel. So let's start the today's tutorial. I'm explaining the lifecycle of the Vue.js with the help of diagram. So here you will see the diagram of the lifecycle of the Vue.js. So at the initialization step, here you will see there is instance is created. This is the Vue instance, new Vue, and it initializes the events and lifecycle. Then first step is the before create. This is very first step of the lifecycle of Vue.js. So at this stage, components and events are just initialized. Also we can say this is the initialization step of the component. Then second is the created. So in this method we can easily access the data and events that are active with the created hooks. Also we can say in this method we can easily access the data for the component. Then third method is before mount. So before mount method call exactly before the component is actually rendered and mounted. So this is the before mount method which is called before the component mounted. Next is the mounted method. So this method gives us direct access to the templates and it enables the interaction with the virtual DOM. That means we can easily interact with the virtual DOM. So we can access the component data as well. So for fetching the data for the component, this method is used. So this is the mounted method. The next one is the before update. So before update method invokes after the data changes on the component, or we can say when we perform the modifications and updations in the component, then this method is called. This is the before update. After that next is the updated. So again updated method called once the DOM has been updated. When we perform any modifications in the component, then this before update and updated method will call. Then next is the before destroy. This is the second last step of the life cycle of the Vue.js. So before destroy method is executed exactly before the component is destroyed, or we can say this is called before the component destroyed from the life cycle. So this is the before destroy method, and the last step is destroyed. So destroyed method is called only after the components has been totally destroyed from the DOM. So all the event listeners are also removed from the DOM. So this method is called when after the completely destroy the component from the DOM. So this is all over about the life cycle of the Vue.js. We'll see with the help of code. So you will understand the all this working of all these method. So I'm opening the code editor and I have already opened the previous our Laravel Vue.js project. So in a previous tutorial we have created the parent component. So let me show you the component. So this is the component that we have rendered on the web page. So we'll see how all the methods are working. Let me show you the code. So I have already written all these methods of the life cycle of the Vue.js. So first is the before create method. So I have written some message in that method. Next is the created. Then next is before mount. After that mounted method. In a created method I have written some data, that is I have passed some value, and that I have written in the created method. Then mounted method, after that before update and updated. So let me show you the working of the all this method. So if I refresh this page, then you will see here in a console section first method is called, that is component has been initialized. So before create method is called. Next is the created, that I have passed the hello value. So here you will see second method is also called created method. Then third one is the before mount. So before mount method is also called, and mounted. These are the related to the component methods when the components are mounted on the DOM. So these 4 methods are called. Remaining 4 methods I will show you how it works by writing the code. So let's check the before update method. So for the before update method, we'll create or add some input and update some data on the component. So it will show you how it works. So I'm adding here one input field. Just I'm writing the input type text. And passing the vModel value. That is something title. And also we need to add the title value in the data property as well, so we need to initialize that. So I'm giving the title value as a null. So I have just added the input type text and I have added the data property title initialized to null value. So we'll check before update and updated method. So come back to the browser. So here you will see the input field is added on the web page. So I'm just typing here one letter. So this is the modifications. So every time I am typing here in the input field, then it will update or call the updated and before update method. Here you will see in the console section. So this is how the updated and before update method called. Let's check the destroy and before destroy method. For that we need to add another component. So I have already example component. So I am calling that component in the parent component. So here I am adding just parent example component. I'm just copying that component name from app.js. And end with the closing tag. So here you will see the example component will rendered on the page. Yes, this is from example component. So we'll add, so I'm adding one button for them, and for performing the destroy and before destroy method, I'm just adding here one button, and on click of that button will hide this example component. So let's add the button. So here I am adding one div element. In the div tag I am adding here button component. And just I am adding here name as a height component. So we need to add here event, click event. So I'm adding the click event on the button. So in a data property we need to add one flag. So I'm adding the flag as a hide. We need to set as a true initially, and after click on a button will hide that component. So I'm adding here hide equals to false. Also we need to add here condition. That is height. So here you will see first we have added the example component, then we have added the button, and on the button click will hide the example component. So for that we have added one flag value that initially set true. It means it will initially show the example component. When we click on the button it will hide that component. So this is the simple logic behind it. So I'm just adding here style. Sorry, it's 20 pixel. We'll check on a browser. Yes, here button is added. Also one thing we need to do, that we need to call the both method before destroy and destroyed. So we'll call that method in the example component because we are hiding the example component. So we need to add before destroy. I'm adding here a message that is component before destroy. And I'm just copying this method. That is destroy method. Component after destroy. We'll check the name, that is destroyed or destroyed. Yes, destroyed. Okay, so we'll check on a browser if it is working or not. So I'm just refreshing this page, and just I'm clicking on the hide component button. Yes, here you will see component is hide. So this before update method is called because we have also performed the modifications on that component. So before update method is called. So also we have destroyed the component. So this before or destroy and after destroy function is called. And again updated because we have performed the modifications on the component. So this is all over about the life cycle of the Vue.js. So thank you for watching this tutorial. We'll see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye, take care, happy coding.